சன் தேஜஸ் ஆதி பொது அறிவு சார்ந்த ஒரு யூடியூப் சேனலாகும். இந்த பாடத்திற்கான கேள்வி பதிலை டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் பாக்ஸில் கொடுத்துள்ளேன், சரிபார்த்துக் கொள்ளவும். அத்துடன் எனது சேனல்களின் இணைப்பும் உள்ளது.
101. A small drop of oil spreads over water because 1. Oil has a higher surface tension, 2. Water has a higher surface tension, 3. Oil has a higher viscosity, 4. Water has a higher viscosity 602. Which one among the following doesn't have any effect on velocity of sound? 1. Pressure, 2. Temperature, 3. Humidity, 4. Density 603. The motion of a body around a circular path is an example of 1. Uniform velocity, variable acceleration, 2. Uniform speed, uniform velocity, 3. Uniform speed, variable velocity, 4. Uniform speed, variable acceleration 604. A current carrying conductor is associated with 1. A magnetic field, 2. An electric field, 3. An electromagnetic field, 4. An electrostatic field 605. Greenhouse effect is the heating up of the Earth's atmosphere which is due to 1. The ultraviolet rays, 2. Gamma rays, 3. The infrared rays, 4. X-rays 606. If the phase difference between 2 points is 120 degrees for a wave with velocity of 360 m/ and frequency 500 Hz, then path difference between the 2 points is 1. 1 cm, 2. 6 cm, 3. 12 cm, 4. 24 cm 607. Clouds float in the atmosphere because of their 1. Low pressure, 2. Low density, 3. Low viscosity, 4. Low temperature 608. The threshold frequency is the frequency below which 1. Photocurrent increases with voltage, 2. Photocurrent decreases with voltage, 3. Photoelectric emission is not possible, 4. Photocurrent is constant 609. Tesla is a unit of magnetic, 1. Flux, 2. Induction, 3. Moment, 4. Field 610. The damage of the human body due to radiation, X-rays or gamma rays etc., is measured in 1. Rems, 2. Röntgen, 3. Curie, 4. Rad 611. Transition ions absorb light in 1. Infrared region, 2. Ultraviolet region, 3. Microwave region, 4. Visible region 612. Flywheel is an important part of a steam engine because it 1. Accelerates the speed of the engine, 2. Helps the engine in keeping the speed uniform, 3. Decreases the moment of inertia, 4. Gives strength to the engine 613. The freezing point of fresh water is _ 1. 4 degrees Celsius, 2. 3 degrees Celsius, 3. 5 degrees Celsius, 4. 0 degrees Celsius 614. The unit of noise pollution, level, is 1. Decibel, 2. Decimal, 3. ppm, 4. None of these 615. Relative humidity is expressed as 1. Grams, 2. Kilograms, 3. Percentage, 4. Ratio 616. A real gas can act as an ideal gas in 1. High pressure and low temperature, 2. Low pressure and high temperature, 3. High pressure and high temperature, 4. Low pressure and low temperature 617. According to special theory of relativity, the mass of a particle 1. Increases with increase in velocity with respect to an observer, 2. Decreases with increase in velocity, 3. Decreases with decrease in velocity, 4. Is independent of its velocity. 618. The motion of the wheels of a bullock cart while moving on the road is an example of 1. Oscillatory and rotatory motion, 2. Oscillatory and translatory motion, 3. translatory and rotatory motion, 4, translatory motion only 619. Purity of a metal can be determined with the help of 1. Pascal's law, 2. Boyle's law, 3. Archimedes' principle, 4. Conservation of mass principle 620. If both the mass and the velocity of a body is increased to twice of their magnitude, the kinetic energy will increase by 1, 2 times, 2, 4 times, 3, 8 times, 4, 16 times 621. Two bodies kept at a certain distance feel a gravitational force F to each other. If the distance between them is made double the former distance, the force will be 1, 2F, 2, 1/2F, 3, 4F, 4, 1/4F 622. Stationary wave is formed by 1. A transverse wave superposing a longitudinal wave, 2. Two waves of the same speed superposing, 3. Two waves of same frequency traveling in the same direction, 4. Two waves of same frequency traveling in the opposite direction 623. The work done by the string of a simple pendulum during one complete oscillation is equal to 1. Total energy of the pendulum, 2. Kinetic energy of the pendulum, 3. Potential energy of the pendulum, 4. 624. The minimum number of forces to keep a particle in equilibrium is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 625. A system exhibiting SHM must possess 1. Elasticity as well as inertia, 2. Elasticity, inertia, and an external force, 3. Elasticity only, 4. Inertia only 626. A needle or a pin floats on the surface of water because of 1. Surface tension, 2. Surface energy, 3. Viscosity, 4. Adhesive force 627. Superconductors are substances that 1. Offer minimum resistance to flow of electric current, 2. Conduct electricity at low temperature, 3. Conduct electricity at high temperature, 4. Offer high resistance to the flow of electric current 628. A thin oil film on a water surface appears colored because of 1. Reflection, 2. Interference, 3. Diffraction, 4. Polarization 629. The greenhouse effect is mainly due to increase in atmospheric, 1. Ozone, 2. Nitrogen, 3. Sulfur dioxide, 4. Carbon dioxide 630. In a conductor, 1. There is no conduction band, 2. The forbidden energy gap is very wide, 3. The forbidden energy gap is very narrow, 4. The valence band and the conduction band overlap each other 631. The moment of inertia of a body does not depend upon its 1. Axis of rotation, 2. Angular velocity, 3. Form of mass, 4. Distribution of mass 632. To open a door easily, the handle should be fixed, 1. Near the hinges, 2. Away from midpoint opposite to hinges, 3. In the middle, 4. None of these 633. Optical fiber works on the principle of 1. Refraction, 2. Scattering, 3. Interference, 4. Total internal reflection 634. The colors of stars depend on their 1. Temperature, 2. Distance, 3. Radius, 4. Atmospheric pressure 635. The sky appears blue due to 1. Rayleigh scattering, 2. Mie scattering, 3. Backscattering, 4. None of the above 636. A particle is moving in a uniform circular motion with constant speed v along a circle of radius r. The acceleration of the particle is 1, 0, 2, v/r, 3, v/r2, 4, v2/r 637. Which of the following devices can be used to detect radiant heat? 1. Liquid thermometer, 2. 6 maximum and minimum thermometer, 3. constant volume air thermometer, 4, thermopile 638. In which one of the following the phenomenon of total internal reflection of light is used? 1. Formation of mirage, 2. Working of binoculars, 3. Formation of rainbow, 4. Twinkling of stars 639. Period of oscillation of 3 cm microwaves in seconds is 1. 1 times 1010, 2. 1 times 10 to 10, 3. 0.01, 4. 0.001 640. The device used to convert solar energy into electricity is 1. Photovoltaic cell, 2. Daniell cell, 3. Electrochemical cell, 4. Galvanic cell 641. Light year is a unit of 1. Light, 2. Current, 3. Distance, 4. Times 642. The word insolation means 1. Matters which insulate, 2. Incoming solar radiation, 3. Insoluble matters, 4. None of the above 643. While ascending a hill, the driver of the vehicle keeps the gear ratio, 1, equal to 1, 2, less than 1, 3, greater than 1, 4, either equal to or greater than 1 644. A wire of resistance R is cut into n equal parts. These parts are then connected in parallel. The equivalent resistance of the combination will be 1, Nr, 2, R/N, 3, N/R, 4, R/N2 645. A moving neutron collides with a stationary infinity particle. The fraction of the kinetic energy lost by the neutron is 1, 1/4, 2, 1/16, 3, 9/25, 4, 16/25 646. Which of these waves can be polarized? 1. Sound waves in air, 2. Longitudinal waves on a string, 3. Transverse waves on a string, 4. Light waves 647. The unit of Planck's constant is 1. Js, 2. Js, 2, 3. J/s, 4. Js2 648. If a wire of resistance R is melted and recast to half of its length, then the new resistance of the wire will be 1. R/4, 2. R/2, 3. R, 4. 2 R 649. Golden view of seashell is due to 1. Diffraction, 2. Dispersion, 3. Polarization, 4. Reflection 650. An object covers distance which is directly proportional to the square of the time. Its acceleration is 1. Increasing, 2. Decreasing, 3. 0, 4. Constant 651. If the horizontal range of a projectile is 4 times its maximum height, the angle of projection is 1. 30 degrees, 2. 45 degrees, 3. Sin, 1. 1/4, 4. 10, 1. 1/4, 652. Rainbow is formed due to 1. Refraction and dispersion, 2. Scattering and refraction, 3. Diffraction and refraction, 4. Refraction and reflection 653. The boiling point of water decreases at higher altitudes is due to 1. Low temperature, 2. Low atmospheric pressure, 3. High temperature, 4. High atmospheric pressure 654. Which of the following have the same unit? 1. Work and power, 2. Torque and moment of inertia, 3. Work and torque, 4. Torque and angular momentum 655. In a particular system, the units of length, mass, and time are chosen to be 10 cm, 10 g and 0.1 s respectively. The unit of force in this system will be equivalent to 1. 0.1 n, 2. 1 n, 3. 10 n, 4. 100 n 656. Distances of stars are measured in 1. Galactic unit, 2. stellar mile, 3, cosmic kilometer, 4, light year 657. Loudness of sound depends on 1, frequency, 2, wavelength, 3, amplitude, 4, pitch 658. A man standing at the top of a tower has two spheres A and B. He drops sphere A downwards and throws sphere B horizontally at the same time. Which of the following is correct? 1. Both the spheres will reach the ground simultaneously. 2. A will reach the ground first. 3. B will reach the ground first. 4. The question is incomplete because the masses of the spheres are not given. 659. The dimensional formula ml, 1t, 2 corresponds to 1. Modulus of elasticity, 2. Viscosity, 3. Moment of a force, 4. Thrust 660. 1 micron is equal to 1. 10 to 9 m, 2. 10 to 12 m, 3. 10 to 6 m, 4. 10 to 15 m. 661. A wavelength of 0.3 m is produced in air and it travels at a speed of 300 m/s. Then it will be an 1. Audible wave, 2. Infrasonic wave, 3. Ultrasonic wave, 4. Microwave. 662. Water has maximum density at 1. 100 degrees Celsius, 2. 0 degrees Celsius, 3. 4 degrees Celsius, 4. 273 degrees Celsius. 663. If a body moves with a constant speed in a circle, 1. No work is done on it, 2. No force acts on it, 3. No acceleration is produced in it, 4. Its velocity remains constant. 664. The waves used in sonography are 1. Microwaves, 2. Infrared waves, 3. Sound waves, 4. Ultrasonic waves. 665. Which of the following is a scalar quantity? 1. Velocity, 2. Force, 3. Angular momentum, 4. Electrostatic potential. 666. Which of the following is not a vector quantity? 1. Speed, 2. Velocity, 3. Torque, 4. Displacement. 667. An object with a constant speed, 1. Is not accelerated, 2. Might be accelerated, 3. Is always accelerated, 4. Also has a constant velocity. 668. A man in a train moving with a constant velocity drops a ball on the platform. The path of the ball as seen by an observer standing on the platform is 1. A straight line, 2. A circle, 3. A parabola, 4. None of these. 669. Which of the following is responsible for permanent hardness of water? 1. Magnesium bicarbonate, 2. Sodium chloride, 3. Calcium sulfate, 4. Calcium bicarbonate. 670. An electron microscope gives higher magnifications than an optical microscope because 1. The velocity of electrons is smaller than that of light, 2. The wavelength of electrons is smaller as compared to the wavelength of visible light, 3. The electrons have more energy than the light particulars, 4. The electron microscope uses more powerful lenses. 671. The first law of thermodynamics is simply the case of 1. Charlie's law, 2. Newton's law of cooling, 3. The law of heat exchange, 4. The law of conservation of energy. 672. Total internal reflection cannot take place when light goes from 1. Glass to water, 2. Water to glass, 3. Water to air, 4. Glass to air. 673. Hertz is a unit for measuring 1. Intensity of waves, 2. Frequency of waves, 3. Wavelength, 4. Clarity of waves. 674. Vehicles use underscore to see the objects coming from behind. 1. Concave lens, 2. Convex lens, 3. Convex mirror, 4. Concave mirror. 675. The rice is cooked more quickly in a pressure cooker because, 1. It is covered. 2. Less quantity of water is used. 3. None of these. 4. Water boils at a higher temperature under pressure. 676. It is easy to burst a gas-filled balloon with a needle than with a nail. It is because, 1. Nail is more longer than needle. 2. Nail exerts more pressure than needle on the balloon. 3. Needle exerts more pressure than nail on the balloon. 4. Gas is reactive with the needle. 677. Ice is packed in sawdust because, 1. Sawdust will not get melted easily. 2. Sawdust is poor conductor of heat. 3. Sawdust is a good conductor of heat. 4. Sawdust does not stick to the ice. 678. The dynamo converts, 1. Electrical energy into mechanical energy, 2. Mechanical energy into magnetic energy, 3. None of these, 4. Mechanical energy into electrical energy. 679. A fuse wire is characterized by, 1. High resistance and low melting point, 2. High resistance and high melting point, 3. Low resistance and high melting point, 4. Low resistance and low melting point. 680. Burns caused by steam are much severe than those caused by boiling water because, 1. Steam pierces through the pores of body quickly, 2. Steam has latent heat, 3. Steam is gas and engulfs the body quickly, 4. Temperature of steam is higher. 681. Which of the following options correctly explains the term heat budget? 1. It is a mode of transfer of heat through matter by molecular activity. 2. It is the balance between incoming and outgoing radiation. 3. It is the radiation from the Earth in the form of long waves. 4. It is the amount of heat which the surface of Earth receives from the Sun. 682. The purpose of choke in a fluorescent lamp is, 1. To increase the current flow, 2. To decrease the current flow, 3. To decrease the resistance, 4. To decrease the voltage momentarily. 683. The mercury and sodium street lamps light up because of, 1. Atomic emission, 2. Atomic absorption, 3. Electron emission, 4. Electron absorption. 684. A person can jump higher on the moon's surface than on the Earth because, 1. The moon's surface is rough, 2. The acceleration due to gravity in moon is smaller than that on the Earth. 3. The moon is cooler than Earth, 4. The moon has no atmosphere. 685. Which of the following color of light deviates least through the prism? 1. Yellow, 2. Green, 3. Violet, 4. Red. 686. Hydraulic brakes work on the principle of, 1. Thomson's law, 2. Newton's law, 3. Bernoulli's theorem, 4. Pascal's law. 687. Which one of the following is not a feature of indifference curve? 1. They do not intersect each other, 2. They slope downwards to the right, 3. They are parallel to each other, 4. They are concave to each other. 688. The apparent weight of a man in a lift is less the real weight when, 1. The lift is going up with an acceleration, 2. The lift is going down with uniform speed, 3. The lift is going up with uniform speed, 4. The lift is going down with an acceleration. 689. Rainbows are produced when sunlight, 1. Incident on raindrops hanging in the atmosphere is dispersed after suffering refraction, 2. Incident on raindrops hanging in the atmosphere is dispersed after suffering refraction and internal reflection. 3. Incident on raindrops hanging in the atmosphere is dispersed after suffering reflection. 4. None of the given statements is correct. 690. Sound is heard over longer distances on rainy days because, 1. Sound travels slowly in moist air, 2. Sound travels faster in moist air, 3. Moist air does not absorb sound, 4. Moist air absorbs sound. 691. X. Rays are, 1. Positively charged particles, 2. negatively charged particles, 3, neutral particles, 4, none of these 692. Railway tracks are banked on curves so that, 1, the train may not fall down inwards. 2, the weight of the train may be reduced. 4, we feel cool when air touches the body. 693 We feel cool when we sit near the fan, this is because, 1, fan gives cool air. 2, fan cools surrounding air. 3, air vaporizes the sweat on our body. 4, we feel cool when air touches the body. 694 The average kinetic energy of the molecules of an ideal gas is directly proportional to, 1, velocity of molecules, 2, mass of molecules, 3, absolute temperature of the gas, 4, temperature of environment. 695. Which one of the following is a non-dimensional quantity? 1, gas constant, 2, strain, 3, coefficient of viscosity, 4, Planck's constant. 696. When water freezes, its density, 1, decreases, 2, becomes 0, 3, remains constant, 4, increases. 697. Which of the following property of sound is affected by change in air temperature? 1, frequency, 2, intensity, 3, amplitude, 4, wavelength. 698. A bullet of mass m and velocity a is fired into a large block of wood of mass m. The final velocity of the system is, 1, m/m and m, a, 2, m/m and m, a, 3, m and m/m, a, 4, m and m/m, a, 700. When number of turns in a coil is tripled, without any change in the length of coil, its self-inductance becomes 1, 9 times, 2, 3 times, 3, 6 times, 4, 1, third. 701. The abbreviation LHC stands for which machine? 1, Light Heat Collider, 2, Large Hadron Collider, 3, Long Heavy Collider, 4, Large High Collider. 702. Which of these travels in glass with minimum velocity? 1, red light, 2, violet light, 3, green light, 4, yellow light. 703. The phenomenon which causes mirage is, 1, interference, 2, diffraction, 3, polarization, 4, total internal reflection. 704. Which of the following phenomenon helps to conclude that light is a transverse wave? 1, interference, 2, diffraction, 3, polarization, 4, refraction. 705. Planck's constant has the dimensions of, 1, isothermal process, 2, isochoric process, 3, isobaric process, 4, adiabatic process. 706. Blowing air with open pipe is an example of, 1, isothermal process, 2, isochoric process, 3, isobaric process, 4, adiabatic process. 707. The amount of matter in a ball of steel is its, 1, weight, 2, mass, 3, density, 4, volume. 708. Unit of resistance is, 1, volt 2 times ampere, 2, volt/ampere, 3, ampere/volt, 4, volt times ampere. 709. A cycle tire bursts suddenly. This represents an, 1, isothermal process, 2, adiabatic process, 3, isochoric process, 4, isobaric process. 710. In which region of electromagnetic spectrum does the Lyman series of hydrogen atom lie? 1, visible, 2, infrared, 3, ultraviolet, 4, X-ray. 711. A light wave is incident over a plane surface with velocity x. After reflection the velocity becomes, 1, x/2, 2, x, 3, 2x, 4, x/4. 712. Distant objects are visible as a little out of focus in this condition. 1. Presbyopia. 2. Hypermetropia. 3. Astigmatism. 4. Myopia. 713. The redness in atmosphere at sunrise and sunset is due to 1. Refraction of light. 2. Reflection of light. 3. Dispersion of light. 4. Scattering of light. 714. If density of oxygen is 16 times that of hydrogen, what will be their corresponding ratio of velocity of sound? 1, 4, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 16, 4, 1, 4. 716. To prevent damage from lightning, lightning conductors are used on tall structures. The lightning conductor, 1, should be made of a good conductor but can be of any shape. 2. Should be in the form of a vertical rod. 3. Can be of any shape. 4. Should be made of a good conductor like copper with sharp pointed edges. 717. Beta rays emitted by a radioactive material are 1. The electrons orbiting around the nucleus. 2. Charged particles emitted by nucleus. 3. Neutral particles. 4. Electromagnetic radiation. 718. Parsec is the unit measurement of 1. Density of stars. 2. Astronomical distance. 3. Brightness of heavenly bodies. 4. Orbital velocity of giant stars. 719. The phenomenon of change in direction of light when it passes from one medium to another is called 1. Propagation. 2. Reflection. 3. Refraction. 4. Dispersion. 720. Supercooling stands for cooling of a liquid. 1. At freezing point. 2. Below freezing point. 3. At melting point. 4. Above melting point. 721. Alcohol is more volatile than water because underscore is lower than water. 1. Its boiling point. 2. Its density. 3. Its viscosity. 4. Its surface tension. 722. Which of the following is the second largest source of global energy? 1. Fossil fuel. 2. Nuclear energy. 3. Renewable energy. 4. None of these. 723. A light year is a unit of 1. Time. 2. Distance in space. 3. Length of astronomical distances. 4. Distance traveled by light. 724. The SI unit of luminous emittance is 1. Lux. 2. Candela. 3. Lumen. 4. Lumen second. 725. Which of the following is the unit of perceived loudness of sound? 1. Decibel. 2. Sone. 3. Hertz. 4. Fon CPO. 726. Stress can be defined as underscore quantity. 1. Scalar. 2. Vector. 3. Phasor. 4. Tensor. 727. Which of the following is indicated by the color of a star? 1. Weight. 2. Distance. 3. Temperature. 4. Size. 728. For which one of the following, diodes are generally used for? 1. Rectification. 2. Amplification. 3. Modulation. 4. Filtration. 729. Which term is not associated with sound wave? 1. Hertz. 2. Decibel. 3. Candela. 4. Mach. 730. If an electron and a photon have the same wavelength, then they will have the same 1. Velocity. 2. Linear momentum. 3. Angular momentum. 4. Energy. 731. When temperature difference between liquid and its surroundings is doubled, the rate of loss of heat will 1. Remain same. 2. Double. 3. 3 times. 4. 4 times. 732. The period of revolution of a certain planet in an orbit of radius r is t. Its period of revolution in an orbit of radius 4r will be 1. 8t, 2. 4t, 3. 2t, 4. 2t. 733. The weight of a body at the center of Earth is 1. Half the weight at the surface, 2. 0. 3. Twice the weight at the surface, 4. Infinite 734. When a ship enters the sea from a river, what will be the effect? 1. It lowers, 2. It sways, 3. It rises a little, 4. It jolts 735. Hydroscope is an instrument that shows changes in 1. Sound underwater, 2. Atmospheric humidity, 3. Density of liquid, 4. Elevation of land 736. Which one of the following reflects back more sunlight as compared to other three? 1. Sand desert, 2. Land covered with fresh snow, 3. Prairie land, 4. Paddy cropland 737. The magnitude of current flowing between two endpoints of a conductor is proportional to the potential difference between them and is called as 1. Avogadro's law, 2. Raoult's law, 3. Ohm's law, 4. Faraday's law 738. Which article of the Indian Constitution provides free and compulsory education to children? 1. 21A, 2. 46, 3. 39, 4. 15739. The cooling by a desert cooler is based on 1. Hot air replacement, 2. Air dehydration, 3. Evaporative cooling, 4. Air rehydration 740. Which of the following is an example of simple harmonic motion? 1. Earth spinning on its axis, 2. Simple pendulum motion, 3. Ball bouncing on floor, 4. Motion of a ceiling fan 741. Which of the following are methods of heat transfer? 1. Convection, 2. Evaporation, 3. Revolution, 4. Thermal expansion 742. Which of the following was the first theory of superconductivity? 1. Ginzburg-Landau theory, 2. London theory, 3. Resonating valence bond theory, 4. Quantum field theory 743. Which of the following is the unit of astronomical distance? 1. Meter/section, 2. Seconds. 3. 4/section, 4. Parsec 744. At boiling point of liquids, its 1. Temperature increases, 2. Atmospheric pressure increases, 3. Temperature remains constant, 4. Vapor pressure decreases 745. On a clean glass plate a drop of water spreads to form a thin layer, whereas a drop of mercury remains almost spherical because 1. Mercury is a metal, 2. Density of mercury is greater than that of water, 3. Cohesion of mercury is greater than its adhesion with glass, 4. Cohesion of water is greater than its adhesion with glass 746. Which of the following is an insulator? 1. Mercury, 2. Carbon, 3. Germanium, 4. Glass 747. Name the process by which bubbles from liquid are formed. 1. Effervescence, 2. Surface tension, 3. Surface energy, 4. Degasification 748. The boiling point of water depends upon the 1. Atmospheric pressure, 2. Volume, 3. Density, 4. Mass 749. What is the phenomenon which established the transverse nature of light? 1. Reflection, 2. Interference, 3. Diffraction, 4. Polarization 750. What is the name of the device used to convert alternating current into direct current? 1. Ammeter, 2. Galvanometer, 3. Correct, 4. Convert 751. Why does ice covered in sawdust not melt quickly? 1. Sawdust does not allow the air to touch the ice, 2. The water is absorbed by sawdust, 3. Sawdust is a bad conductor of heat, 4. Sawdust is good conductor of heat 752. The washing machine works on the principle of 1. Dialysis, 2. Diffusion, 3. Reverse osmosis, 4. Centrifugation 753. The choke used with a tube light is basically 1. An inductor, 2. A capacitor, 3. A transformer, 4. A resistor 754. Curie is an unit of 1. Radioactivity, 2. Energy of gamma rays, 3. Intensity of gamma rays, 4. Work function 755. Energy travels from Sun to Earth through 1. Conduction, 2. Convection, 3. Radiation, 4. Modulation 756. Heat is transmitted from higher temperature to lower temperature through the actual motion of the molecules in 1. Conduction, 2. Convection, 3. Radiation, 4. Both conduction and convection 757. Which one among the following components is used as an amplifying device? 1. Transformer, 2. Diode, 3. Capacitor, 4. Transistor 758. The unit of measurement of noise is 1. Decibel, 2. Hertz, 3. Amplifier, 4. Acoustics 759. The commonly used coolant in refrigerators is 1. Ammonia, 2. Nitrogen, 3. Freon, 4. Oxygen 760. A galvanometer can be converted into a voltmeter by connecting with it a 1. High resistance in parallel, 2. Low resistance on parallel, 3. High resistance on series, 4. Low resistance in series 761. During which of the following operating conditions of an automobile, carbon monoxide content in exhaust gas is maximum? 1. Acceleration, 2. Cruising, 3. Idle running, 4. Deceleration 762. The least distance of distinct vision is 1. 35 centimeters, 2. 25 centimeters, 3. 45 centimeters, 4. 15 centimeters 763. The component used for tuning a radio is basically a variable, 1. Resistor, 2. Condenser, 3. Inductor, 4. Transformer 764. 0 degrees Kelvin is equivalent to 1. 273 degrees Celsius, 2. 273 degrees Celsius, 3. 0 degrees Celsius, 4. 100 degrees Celsius 765. The term Higgs boson is associated with 1. Nanotechnology, 2. Oncology, 3. God particle, 4. Stem cell research 766. Addition of suitable impurities into semiconductor is called 1. Doping, 2. Mixing, 3. Forming, 4. Diluting 767. At low temperature, lead behaves as a 1. Semiconductor, 2. Superconductor, 3. Insulator, 4. Conductor 768. The absolute zero is a temperature at which __, 1. Molecular motion in a gas would cease, 2. Water freezes, 3. All gases become liquid, 4. All gases become solid 769. Intensity of any wave is proportional to which of the following? 1. Amplitude, 2. Square of amplitude, 3. Square root of amplitude, 4. Cube of amplitude 770. The large collection of stars, dust, and gas held together by gravitational attraction between components is known as 1. Cluster, 2. Atmosphere, 3. Galaxy, 4. Sun family 771. Purpose of an optical filter is to 1. Reflect lights of different colors, 2. Dispense light into component colors, 3. Refract light of different colors, 4. Transmit or absorb light of different colors 772. In the absence of the Earth's atmosphere, sky would appear 1. Blue, 2. Deep red, 3. White, 4. Black 773. If electric resistance is to be decreased, then the number of resistances should be connected in __, 1, series, 2, parallel, 3, mixed arrangement, 4, none of these 774. The material used in electric heater is, 1, tungsten, 2, nichrome, 3, brass, 4, steel 775. Which one of the following processes is responsible for the glittering of air bubble rising through water? 1. Reflection of light, 2. Refraction of light, 3. Total internal reflection of light, 4. Scattering of light 776. In an optical fiber the signal is transmitted, 1. In a straight line path, 2. In a curved path, 3. Due to total internal reflection, 4. Due to refraction 777. What type of lens is used to correct vision of a person suffering from myopia? 1. Convex lens, 2. Concave lens, 3. Crossed lens, 4. Cylindrical lens 778. A man standing close to the platform at a railway station experiences a pulling force towards a fast-moving train because of __. 1. Gravitational force between train and man, 2. Illusion of the man, 3. The centripetal force, 4. Pressure difference due to fast-moving air in between 779. Water is used in a hot water bag because, 1. It is easily available, 2. It has high specific gravity, 3. It has high specific heat, 4. It is a liquid substance 780. The temperature of a liquid is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. What is its temperature in Celsius scale? 1. 32 degrees Celsius, 2. 0 degrees Celsius, 3. 100 degrees Celsius, 4. 212 degrees Celsius 781. The point where total mass of a body is supposed to be concentrated is known as, 1. Dead center, 2. Center of mass, 3. Center of gravity, 4. Center of motion 782. Where do the electrical charges reside in a charged conductor? 1. At the core, 2. Throughout the body, 3. Dependent upon the nature of the body, 4. Outer surface of the body 783. The color of the ocean appears to be blue because the sunlight falling on it is, 1. Reflected, 2. Refracted, 3. Diffracted, 4. Scattered 784. Which of the following is not true about X-rays? 1. Have low penetrating power, 2. Travel with the speed of light, 3. Can be reflected or refracted, 4. Can affect photographic plate 785. What type of force acts on a car moving around a curve? 1. Centrifugal force, 2. Cohesive force, 3. Centripetal force, 4. Gravitational force 786. Which phenomenon is responsible for the echo of sound wave? 1. Reflection, 2. Refraction, 3. Interference, 4. Polarization 787. Which of the metals has the maximum thermal conductivity? 1. Iron, 2. Aluminium, 3. Silver, 4. Copper 788. Which of the following is the cleanest source of energy? 1. Biofuel, 2. Fossil fuel, 3. Nuclear power, 4. Wind energy 789. Which one of the following is an ohmic conductor? 1. Germanium, 2. Silicon, 3. Carbon, 4. Silver 790. The spring balance works on the principle of _. 1. Boyle's law, 2. Hooke's law, 3. Bernoulli's principle, 4. Pascal's law 791. If there were no gravity, which of the following will not be there for a fluid? 1. Viscosity, 2. Surface tension, 3. Pressure, 4. Upward thrust 792. Sun appears red in color at sunrise and sunset due to, 1. the fact that sun emits only red color at that time, 2. Red light having longer wavelength scatters away, 3. That sun comes out of the mountains, 4. That all other colors scatter away except red. 793. At hill stations, the boiling point of water will be, 1. Same as at sea level, 2. Less than that at sea level, 3. More than that at sea level, 4. Equal to the melting point of ice. 794. When we see an object, the image formed on the retina is, 1. Real and inverted, 2. Real and erect, 3. Virtual and erect, 4. Virtual and inverted. 795. Kinetic energy depends on, 1. The velocity or speed of the moving body, 2. The mass of the moving body, 3. The pressure of the moving body, 4. Both mass and velocity of the moving body. 796. In which form is the supplied heat energy stored during change in temperature of substance? 1. Heat energy, 2. Kinetic energy, 3. Potential energy, 4. Both kinetic and potential energy. 797. If ice floating on water in a vessel melts, the water level in the vessel underscore 1. Increases, 2. Does not change, 3. First increases before decreasing, 4. Decreases. 798. A galvanometer can be converted to a voltmeter by connecting, 1. A high resistance in parallel, 2. A high resistance in series, 3. A low resistance in series, 4. A low resistance in parallel. 799. The frequency of direct current is __, 1, 0, 2, 50 Hz, 3, 60 Hz, 4, 100 Hz. 800. For photoelectric effect to take place, the metal used as the cathode should have __, 1. High melting point, 2. Low melting point, 3. Low work function, 4. Low resistance. 801. Fleming's left-hand rule is associated with the effect of, 1. Electric field on current, 2. Magnetic field on magnet, 3. Electric field on magnet, 4. Magnetic field on current. 802. The force which makes a vehicle to stop when brake is applied is called, 1. Gravitational force, 2. Van der Waals force, 3. Frictional force, 4. Covalent force. 803. Why is weightlessness experienced while orbiting the Earth in spaceships? 1. Inertia, 2. Acceleration, 3. Zero gravity, 4. Orbital motion. 804. Where is a transistor most likely to be found? 1. Wristwatch, 2. Fuse, 3. Hearing aid, 4. Fluorescent lamp. 805. Every hot object emits _1. X rays, 2. Visible light, 3. Infrared rays, 4. Ultraviolet rays. 806. In Hydel power station, the motion produced in turbines is due to, 1. Flow of water, 2. Burning of coal, 3. Burning of diesel, 4. Production of steam. 807. Two vectors are said to be equal if, 1. Only their magnitudes are same, 2. Only their directions are same, 3. Both magnitude and direction are same, 4. Magnitudes are same but directions are opposite. 808. Fuse wire is made of an alloy of, 1. Tin and lead, 2. Tin and copper, 3. Lead and copper, 4. Copper and silver. 809. Which of the following has the lowest frequency? 1. Visible light, 2. Gamma rays, 3. X-rays, 4. Ultraviolet rays. 810. A fresh egg when placed in salt water will, 1. Sink and go to the bottom, 2. Sink but will not go to the bottom, 3. Float, 4. Burst. 811. Which one among the following is not an electromagnetic wave? 1. X-ray, 2. R-ray, 3. Cathode ray, 4. Infrared ray. 812. Which one of the following is a good electrical conductor? 1. Graphite, 2. Diamond, 3. Peat, 4. Charcoal 813. Sending a frame to a group of stations is known as 1. Single casting, 2. Spreading, 3. Multicasting, 4. Casting 814. Which one among the following components cannot be developed within an integrated circuit? 1. Diode, 2. Triode, 3. Transformer, 4. Transistor 815. A particle is thrown vertically upward. When it reaches the highest point, it has 1. A downward acceleration, 2. An upward acceleration, 3. A downward velocity, 4. A horizontal velocity 816. The quality or tone of a musical sound produced by a stringed instrument depends on 1. Frequency of vibration, 2. Length of the strings in the instrument, 3. Amplitude of vibration, 4. Waveform of the sound 817. Why does a cannon recoil after firing? 1. Conservation of energy, 2. Backward thrust of gases produced, 3. Newton's third law of motion, 4. Newton's first law of motion 818. A bomb explodes on the moon. You will hear its sound on Earth after 1. 20 minutes, 2. 2 hours 20 minutes, 3. 3.7 hours, 4. You cannot hear the sound of explosion 819. Person who is colorblind cannot distinguish between 1. Black and yellow, 2. Red and green, 3. Yellow and white, 4. Green and blue 820. During the motion of a projectile fired from the Earth's surface 1. Its kinetic energy remains constant, 2. Its momentum remains constant, 3. Vertical component of its velocity remains constant, 4. Horizontal component of its velocity remains constant 821. Which of the following waves cannot be polarized? 1. Radio, 2. Ultraviolet, 3. Infrared, 4. Ultrasonic 822. Absolute zero is defined as 1. The temperature at which all molecular motion ceases, 2. At which water boils at 298 K, 3. At which liquid helium boils, 4. At which the volume becomes 823. Electromagnet is constructed with which of the following? 1. Steel, 2. Soft iron, 3. Aluminum, 4. Nickel 824. A body moving in a circular path with a constant speed has a 1. Constant velocity, 2. Constant acceleration, 3. Constant kinetic energy, 4. Constant displacement 825. The solar energy produced by 1. Fusion reaction, 2. Fission reaction, 3. Combustion reaction, 4. None 826. On a cold day when the room temperature is 15 degrees Celsius, the metallic cap of a pen becomes much colder than its plastic body, though both are at the same temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, because 1. Metals have higher thermal capacity than plastics, 2. Plastics have a lower density than metals, 3. Metals are good conductors of heat, 4. Plastics have a higher thermal conductivity than metals 827. Copper wires are generally used for electrical power transmission instead of iron wire because 1. Copper is cheaper than iron, 2. Copper is lighter than iron, 3. Copper is a better conductor of electricity than iron, 4. Copper can take higher power than iron 828. Transformer is a device to convert 1. DC to AC, 2. Low voltage DC into high voltage DC, 3. Low voltage AC into high voltage AC, 4. Mechanical energy into electrical energy 829. Quality of a musical note depends on 1. Fundamental frequency, 2. Amplitude of the wave, 3. Harmonics present, 4. Velocity of sound in the medium 830. The reverse effect of X-ray emission is 1. Raman effect, 2. Compton effect, 3, Zeeman effect, 4, photoelectric 831. The group of solar cells joined together in a definite pattern is called a 1. Battery, 2. Solar heater, 3. Solar cooker, 4. Solar cell panel 832. 1 nanometer is equal to meters. 1. 10 raised to the power, minus 3, 2. 10 raised to the power, minus 6, 3. 10 raised to the power, minus 9, 4. 10 raised to the power, minus 12, 833. What is the unit of relative density? 1. kg/m, 3. kg/m3, 2. kg/m2, 4. It has no unit 834. Acceleration is 1. Inversely proportional to force, 2. Inversely proportional to mass, 3. Directly proportional to mass, 4. Directly proportional to force 835. Vegetables are cooked in lesser time by adding a pinch of salt while cooking because 1. Boiling point of water increases, 2. Latent heat of vaporization of water decreases, 3. Latent heat of vaporization of water increases, 4. Boiling point of water decreases 836. Hydraulic brakes in automobile work on 1. Poiseuille's principle, 2. Pascal's principle, 3. Archimedes' principle, 4. Bernoulli's principle 837. The fuse in an electric circuit is 1. Series with neutral, 2. Parallel to live, 3. Parallel to neutral, 4. Series with live.
சன் ஜட்ஜஸ் ஆதி பொது அறிவு சேனலை பார்த்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். அடுத்த வீடியோவில் சந்திப்போம்.